fishing news is brought to you by Navionics, Okuma, Yozuri, Evinrude, Lama Glass, and the Star Island Yacht Club in Montauk, New York. Here we are only a few days away from Thanksgiving and the start of the holiday season, and hopefully you'll be skipping Black Friday and fishing instead. With the holiday forecast, we have News 12 meteorologist Rich Von Olen.
Hey, thanks, Tim. Hey, meteorologist Rich Von Olen here, News 12 Long Island, on location today. We're fishing on the western side in the ocean, doing some late-season blackfishing, and doing okay today. Weather for the holiday week, it looks like, Wednesday, Thursday, we start to get some wind, some storminess in there. Friday could be all right. Northwest breeze, a little choppy, but I think we'll get out. Saturday looks great. And then forget about Sunday. We got a storm coming in. So, getting into the later half of the season here, but I'm out here enjoying it. Hopefully you can too. Enjoy the holiday. Have a great Thanksgiving. And the weather again, a couple good days in there for the end of the week. Tim, back to you.
Be sure to check out News 12 for the latest weather before heading out. With our Montauk report, we have senior editor Fred Golofaro.
Hey Tim, yeah, some very good fishing going on out of Montauk. Mixed bag action with sea bass and blackfish, some cod mixing in, also still porgies out that way. Most of the fishing's around Block Island, some over at Cartwright. I know on this past week, Captain Tom on the Sea Wife, he managed to get in a few trips between all the bad weather and all the wind. Each trip they did very well with a mix of all those species that I mentioned. Captain Ken on the My Joyce, he got out one day, put his fares onto a limit of sea bass to 5 pounds and a limit of blackfish to 9 pounds, and they also had some cod. And on the weekend, Viking Star, excellent day on Saturday with sea bass and porgies, and they also managed a couple of cod, but according to the skipper, the sea bass and porgy bite was so furious they could hardly get to the cod. The Starship on Saturday, same thing, loads of sea bass and some porgies, limits for most of the people on board. They also had 10 cod, and they also had some bonita and bluefish. Sunday's trip, yes, in all the wind and rain, they did get out. Again, excellent sea bass, porgies, they had pollock, bonito, and cod, also part of the catch that day. So, that bottom fishing is hot. It should continue, right till the end of the season. And as far as the bass go, the bass have disappeared from the rips at Montauk. It's been void of bass. Even lack of gannets showing. No herring have showed up yet. No reports of herring anyway. So right now it's that bottom fishing game, heading primarily to Block Island. Back to you, Tim.
Now let's check in with Mike Dean from Shinnecock.
Thanks, Tim. We're getting down the home stretch now. We got into some fish Saturday off the beach on Joe Baggs' Patriot Fish. Any kind of sand eel imitator seemed to be working with a couple other guys we saw out there that were getting into 26, 28-inch fish. I haven't really heard of too many bigger fish around here, but, happy to have the action. Hearing there's still some fish out of Montauk. I'm sure Fred was talking about that in his report, and hopefully we'll, have some action in the next couple of weeks. Blackfish bite is still going real strong. A little further out, don't have any numbers for you, but definitely worth getting out there if you can. It looks like you're going to have a few windy days coming up, and not the best weather over Thanksgiving, but try to get to the beach and get your last licks in. It's been an awesome season. Really looking forward to wrapping it up strong. Want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Okay, I'll talk to you next week. Get out there, catch them up, have fun.
From the eastern Great South Bay, we have Kirk Fay.
Thanks, Tim. Hey, everybody, things are starting to wind down. However, if you got your boat in the water and you still want to bend the rod, make sure you get over to Fire Island Inlet. There's been a lot of bass. Last Saturday, we had plenty of bass. The largest was 32 inches, so that's a nice eating fish. Buddy of mine fished the same exact area, same day, and he had actually three keeper-sized fish. So, it's certainly not too bad. It's not over yet. The other thing, if you've got your boat still in the water and you want to journey out and try your luck, and I do mean luck, at bluefin tuna. They've been spotted quite a bit at the Linder and also at the Yankee Wreck. They could pop up anywhere. Try jigging. You could try Ronzies. You could try popping, but there's a reason why this time of the year they're called ghosts. They pop up and they disappear real quick. Hopefully you catch them on a day where they're feeding aggressively, and what a great thing that would be to catch this time of the year. Until then, I'll talk to you next week, and everybody out there, have a great, happy Thanksgiving, and talk to you soon. Bye.
If you're looking for a quality fishing boat, one that's affordable, check out a Sea Pro powered by Suzuki. For less than $400 a month, get you into all the action. Visit Kale's Family Boating Center for a test ride today. This Saturday is the Lindenhurst Fall Fishing Flea Market. This popular event is from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get there early for great deals on tackle and gear. Visit thefisherman.com and check out the events calendar for all the details. Admission is $5. From the Jones Beach area, let's check in with Paul McCain from River Bay Outfitters.
Hello, Tim. Well, here I am out here. It's a beautiful day on Monday, right before Thanksgiving. A little nippy in the morning. Still giving it a shot on the fly rod. It was a little slow for me today. I did see, well, it was a great day. I did see some seals and I saw some loons. So, you know, it's a good day out here. Now, Rob, he was in the inlet, Jones Inlet, last Sunday, and he said it was top water action on the small schoolie bass. There is still fish to be around, but I'm afraid this is coming to an end. I'm going to start fishing tying flies is what I'm going to be doing. But anyway, on freshwater, once again, the Mianis has been paying out. Several people have been going up there. Fish getting educated, but there are still fish they had. Tasso, Big Anthony, Tommy S., they all went up. They had fish. They worked for them. Some even on dry flies. So, hey, anything's a bonus. There's still head around. Let's get out there while we can. Tie lines, everybody.
For our surf report, let's go back to Fred Golofaro.
Hey, Tim. Yeah, not much change in the surf scene. Still lots and lots of small bass. Basically 18 to 27 inches. Very occasional keeper, and most of the keepers now are just 28 or 29 inches. But it's a wide spread of fish. They're, from Southampton all the way to Breezy Point and even beyond. There's good fishing down along the Jersey Shore also. All the same size fish, and up in the Sound, some of the areas in the Central Sound and Western Sound, inside the harbors and bays, and also outside along the beaches when it's fishable. And it just continues, and I imagine it's going to carry on for another couple of weeks at least. Thanksgiving weekend, traditionally a pretty busy fishing weekend. A lot of guys, especially in the surf, that's usually the end of the season for a lot of guys, so I'm sure the beaches will be well attended this weekend. It's diamond jigs and tubes, it's bucktails, it's soft plastics on a jig head. Just whatever you use, make sure it's a single hook lure. There's no reason to use trebles on these fish. Makes release real easy. And again, it's the numbers are crazy some days. I was at demo on Saturday morning. It was literally every cast fishing, and I had a ball with them, 6-foot rod. The surf was calm enough to use that. 10-pound test, and snap jig and a bucktail off the bottom. And like I said, literally every cast. So try to get out there this weekend and enjoy the Thanksgiving holiday with family and friends. And Tim, you can take it back.
The Fisherman is promoting the 3 R's: release, reduce, and rebuild. When you purchase this sticker for $10, you're funding this critical research utilizing satellite technology. Show your support and visit thefisherman.com so this study can continue and we can learn more about striped bass. Now let's check in with Joey Leggio from Oceanside.
Hey Tim, what's going on, bud? Deb's Inlet. Right now, there's a tremendous amount of a bass there right now. Very small. We're not talking big bass. You're probably lucky if you catch a keeper, to be honest with you. Mostly small fish, probably not an 18 to 25 inch. A lot of fun on the jigs, but there is a lot of them. Every morning we're seeing the fish under the birds. They're swirling under the bridge to the inlet, out to the Far Rock side. We're seeing them on the Atlantic Beach side. The fish are everywhere. That's been like every morning too, so there's a lot of fish over there. On the Blackfishing, the blackfish are biting on all the wrecks. All the reefs have fish. I went out with Sean on the weekend. A little slow for us actually. Something was off that day. I don't know if it's because we were swinging like crazy on a single anchor. I ran my buddy's boat, but we ended up with 6 keepers for a half day. It wasn't horrible. Again, a lot of shorts. Probably had 40 shorts, but only managed the 6 keepers on that trip. But other than that, that's it. Get out there morning. Again, bring those small little jigs, small profile lures, and go have a blast with those bass. They are all over that inlet. But that's it, man. It's winding down, so hopefully we'll get a couple more in there for you, brother. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
From the Western Sound, we have the urban angler, Raul Ortiz, and he checked in and reported that fishing is even better than last week. He said the key is fishing the incoming tide. Most of the fish are schoolies, but there are a few hefty ones in the mix. Now let's check in with Captain Mark McGowan from Cow Harbor Bait and Tackle.
Hey folks, it's great to be back again this week and give you the report. As far as Eaton's Neck, Huntington, Smithtown area goes, it's primarily about small bass, herring, and squid. So if that's what you got on your mind, go do it. It's pretty cool. You don't need a boat. You can go off any dock or beach and keep it really simple. If you're blackfishing, there's not many boats going out other than some party boats. Jump on them. They're still catching fish. It seems the blackfish are around 50, 60 foot range, and the water temperature here in the Sound is approaching 50 degrees. So that's the way that's going. If you are on the South Shore and you're fishing, I'm sure it's no surprise about all these schoolie bass we have going. So listen, treat them with respect, and the local trend, it seems, the more fish you catch on a cast, the cooler it is. It's not the greatest thing for the fish. And remember, we're here for the sport and for really entrusting that these fish swim another day. They definitely breathe. They don't like the sand, and they don't like being caught 3, 4 at a time. So I believe that the teaser on a diamond jig is probably the most accurate way that you can fish for these striped bass, because remember, most of them, they're all under 28 inches, and they've got tender mouths, and they still have a long winter to hold over. So you got to treat them right. If you are using them like Christmas tree ornaments, it's not a good thing. Now, there's been a lot of arguments going on the beach that I've seen and heard about, and the only thing I could say is that if you're new to the sport or you're dragging fish, you're really getting into the selfies a bit and you enjoy it, and you are approached by somebody, keep an open mind and listen to what they have to say. You might learn something. And if you're an experienced angler, and a great way to approach someone is not with cursing and yelling at them. Approach with a smile, approach with a positive attitude, ask them if they need help. Maybe they want a picture taken. Say, hey, I can take a picture for you. Give them a picture, help them release the fish. And remember, we're all in this together. The holiday seasons are coming up. Thanksgiving is here. Let's be all thankful for what we have and grateful to each other. And for that, I say I wish you peace and tight lines.
Chris Ludwig was down in Florida fishing New York style. Let's see how he did.
Thank you, Tim. What's going on, guys? So this last week I didn't do any fishing in New York. I've been in the southeast coast of Florida. The bite's been a little rough, but I'm happy about it. We started off in Sebastian Inlet, fishing the north side of the jetty, and it's packed, let me tell you. There's lines all over the place. You're untying knots. But in between that, there was a pretty good black drum bite in the top of the incoming going to the outgoing. Guys were using dead pieces of shrimp. The bigger the ones, the better. Throwing them out toward the rock line, and then when they came in with the current, everybody would hook up at once. It was actually pretty cool. Also, moving to a different bridge. This is a little bit farther down the coast, but that same night I was fixating on this dock light and again throwing my almost alive lures. Those little 4-inch, minnow type presentations. And we started getting these sea trout from about 15 to 20 inches out of this dock light. On the other side of that, I've been fishing spillways. So we were running into some mullet in these spillways. Just so you know, backing it up, that's where the saltwater and the freshwater meet. Big snook would come in from the saltwater side, like 30, 40 inch snook, and they would just sit there and float watching them. Only when the sun went down did they really jump on them and start eating. But we couldn't get any of them to bite. We ended up catching 3 that were between, I would have to say, 15 to 18 inches again. So small stuff, but still snook. And unfortunately, that's really all we caught. But it was a great trip and the bite was tough, but I'll definitely be back. Take care, guys.
If you'd like to be part of our weekly video fishing forecasts, we are looking for social media savvy anglers for hyperlocal reporting from around the New York Metro and Long Island area. So if you're a captain, tackle shop, or just an avid angler, contact me at libayrat@gmail.com. Remember, like our video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and tap on the bell to be notified instantly when we post a new video on YouTube. And of course, be a subscriber to the Fisherman magazine to be part of the Dream Boat contest. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, And I'll see you right here at thefisherman.com next week. Win the incredible Steigercraft Evinrude Lowrance Grand Prize Boat Package and more in the Fisherman's 2019 Dream Boat Fishing Challenge. Get the details now at thefisherman.com.